5th Gen 2019 Ram 1500. Find water pouring in your back seat, probably the shark fin antenna up on the top. See if we can have a look at pulling that out. Couple rounds of testing. It's definitely leaking in from underneath here. That's why it's taped off. It just finished raining. You can get in through the top tail light. It's an absolute nightmare if you have big hands. I already cut my hands up like crazy the first attempt at this and failed. So this has got to get pulled right off. The only way to do that is go through the headliner inside. So the leaks were shown up here and here. Did a bucket test up top to confirm it was the antenna. The antenna sits right about up here. It's a 10 mil bolt right into the bottom of it. And the only way to remove it is pulling the headliner. You'll notice there are airbag warnings everywhere. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you know what that means? Disconnect the battery unless you want an airbag in the face. First up, negative battery cable. It's going to be a 10 mil socket on the battery cable. Alright, main strap disconnected. Whatever this guy is, disconnected. Let it sit for 10 minutes so there's no chance the airbags still have a charge. Cabin top lights are off even though the doors are open. That's a good sign that the battery disconnect is right and you did not do the wrong cable. Next step on these B pillars is pop out the little airbag marker. And you'll find looks like a Torx head screw hiding in there. Similar up top. Bigger screwdriver, similar up top. Pop them out. And you'll find a fastener up there too. There it is. Let's remove them. T20 Torx head fits perfectly in the screws. Let's get them pulled out. You'll notice the screws from the pillars and the screws from the ceiling are two different sizes, so remember that when you put her back together. Next step is drop your T20 somewhere in a gravel driveway. I'm sure this won't take an hour to find. Now that you've given up trying to find the T20 lost in the driveway, take the last one out of your kit and do not lose it. Carefully pry the pillar covers off. There are press clips hidden in here. So far, no airbags visible. That's always a plus. You're going to have some clips hidden in the lower portion here as well. And the top ones are a real pain, so just work them real careful so you don't snap them off. I can't imagine what these cost new. You got to get them all out. There's another one hidden down there. We just need enough clearance so we can drop the headliner down enough to get to that bolt. That should do. That'll give you a map of where the clips are hiding. Second side down. I should have mentioned there is a bit of a lip here that goes up underneath the headliner, so make sure you sneak that out so you don't tear the material up here. She's looking loose, so that's a good start. Let's get in the box. All right, next up, pull the tail light. 4 Phillips head screws. And there is a sticky gasket back here and 2 snap plastics that go in. There we go. There is a seal here. If you're lucky enough, it's all that leaks. I already tested and it's definitely this stupid thing up here. So that'll give us access to the inside. If you have particularly small hands, you can reach the 10 mm bolt, and it's got like spider legs on the bottom that lock it in. My big gorilla hands don't quite fit. I cut the hell out of myself on all this sheet metal when I did it the first time, so the roof is coming down. Alright, guaranteed up here there's some sort of plastic clips hiding. I am not sure, to be honest, where they all are. I'm going to try and feel around, but I can just get my hand in there and I can get to the bottom 10 mil that holds that antenna up, so I will probably just loosen it from down here. new plan, quite a bit easier. Pull these out. Had to push in these little tiny middle locks here with a screwdriver, both at the same time to remove it, which will let you drop these down lower, which will let you drop the liner lower, of course. There we go, see? Any way to see what I'm doing up there? Probably not.
No.
Right, there it is. You can see they put a little bit of Loctite on it. That's probably why you need the ratchet for the entire way out. Alright, so the sealant I put in before has, although it didn't seal it at all, it definitely glued it down. So it's leaking but still glued. So remove these hooks next. Get a screwdriver in there. Yeah, it's not good filming I'm doing. Bopper open, same thing. Torx head. Alright, so you can see it there. There's the little lock nut and all the sealant I put that didn't seal but managed to glue it on. I'm going to have to pry off. Alright, so you want to disconnect that white wire on the bottom and the blue one at the top, and that'll free up the antenna to be pulled. Now, the black sealant is what I put under there the other day. That clearly didn't do the job because I did bucket test it and it's definitely still leaking. So this is all that holds the water out, just this one little foam seal. So I'll try sealing it again. Butyl tape would probably be the best thing to use. I don't have any here. I'll try the RTV again. Generous amount around the outside of the old foam seal so it beds on the roof, not above this. Sealant on, double bagged, because of course it's raining again. Let's give that a couple days to cure, and I'm leaving the headliner down because there's no sense in taking all this part again in case it leaks again. Since I forgot to show it in the video clips, Dynaflex 230, it's an exterior grade, black, high flexible, 100% waterproof, and it'll fill large joints. You can see up to 5 centimeters. That's about, what, 2.5 inches. So it does good for everything. It's just the best stuff that I had around. If this fails, I'll use butyl tape, which is down at the boat.